Good morning. I have some good news for you if you're feeling overwhelmed, scattered, or frazzled. Today I'm going to teach you a short exercise that you can do anytime, anywhere to gather yourself all together and feel calm and collected and grounded. So, I'm Celia Kane. I'm a mindset coach, a sound healer, and heart meta practitioner. I help makers and thinkers rediscover their purpose so they can live lives of peace, joy, and passion. And today, this exercise, we call it the gathering. This is the very first step of heart meta. So to do this, the first thing you do is you go into what's known as the heart meta position. So you put your hand over your heart, and it must be your right hand, even if you're left-handed. Put your hand over your heart and put your thumb in this soft space between your two collarbones, right here. So now this does several things, this heart meta position. First, if you think physiologically, when you get upset about something or startled about something, you go, "Oh," and you put your hand like that. "Oh." And that's because your body knows that putting your hand right there will calm it down. So we put our hand here to calm us down and to connect, secondly, with our inner self, because it's so important in heart meta that we listen to our inner selves. And finally, for those of you who have been parents, when we hold our babies, we put our babies right here on our chest, right here so they can hear our hearts, and that calms them. So that feeling, that little bit of pressure that you have when your baby is on your heart, that feeling overwhelms, gives you a sense of love. And that's the other reason that we use this heart meta position. So, first, to do the gathering, you need to close your eyes and have your feet flat on the floor and have your hand over your heart. Now, I told you you could do it anytime, anywhere, and that's true. Once you have a little bit of practice with this, you don't have to close your eyes and you don't have to put your hand over your heart. Those things help, but they're not absolutely necessary. But please start that way now, and then you can get used to it, and you can do it in the middle of the grocery store or at a difficult meeting or whenever without them. So, hand over the heart. Now, in the course of our busy, busy lives, we have parts of ourselves that go off wondering about other things, multitasking. When you're thinking of 19 things at once, you've split yourself into those 19 parts, and you have a little part here, and a little part here, and a little part here, and a little part here. Maybe you're wondering about what to fix for dinner, and a part of you has gone to the kitchen or to the grocery store trying to figure that out. Maybe you're worried about the chores that you have to do, or getting your kids to do chores. And another part of you is worried about that. Or you've got a loved one who's ill, and perhaps that part is in the hospital with that loved one. Are you concerned about an old friend who lives on the other side of the world, and that part has wandered off to the other side of the world to be with that friend? So in your waking life, when we multitask, and in your dream time, we send these parts out to do our bidding. And that's very necessary and useful, but it means in the course of the day, if we haven't brought the parts back, we feel separate and unfulfilled, literally, because bits and pieces of us have gone different places. So feel that separateness and feel how the parts have scattered around. That's what's making you feel scattered. Now, to end that feeling and to bring the parts back to you, all you need to do is ask. So if you've opened your eyes now, in the course of this, please close them again, and let's ask together. Please return my parts to me. Or you can ask more declaratively, parts, return to me. You can be bossy about it if you want. I usually say, please return my parts to me. And I feel them come back one by one. Feel them arrive. The ones that are close by will arrive first. But sometimes it may take a while because you may have one that's wandered off pretty far. Let them arrive one by one by one. they're all back, you should feel a shift and a sense of relaxation that they've come back and you're once again whole. And when you feel that, go ahead and open your eyes. There. Now, I hope that was good for you. Did you feel all of those separate parts returning? Now, most of your parts are very close by and will come back really quickly. Some of your parts are quite a bit further away and have to make their way to you, and that can take a few tries or that can take quite a few minutes for them to get back. It's not instantaneous. But sometimes when a part returns, it's broken or damaged, and it no longer can integrate back into you. And sometimes a part wandered off and got lost. And it can come back, but it doesn't know how, and it needs some help. And sometimes 10, 20, 30 years ago, a part wandered off, and you will not see that part again. It is gone. Now, this is what HeartMeta does. HeartMeta takes those lost and damaged parts and those empty places from the parts that have left, and it repairs them, it heals them, it replaces them, and it makes it where you feel calm and grounded and more healthy and more you than you felt in a very, very long time. So that's the purpose of HeartMeta. For those of you who are my age or older, you may remember we used to defragment computers, and it's just like that, where you have files scattered here and there and everywhere, and you use a program to bring those files back in together. And once those files are together, they see that this one is lost, and this one is broken, and this one is repairable, and this one is not, and this one is obsolete. So the obsolete ones you throw out, the unrepairable ones you throw out. Those things need to be replaced with something new. If it's repairable, you repair it. And once you have done all of that work, the defragmented computer runs almost like a new computer. It's fast and it's efficient, and it's back to where it's supposed to be. You can be that way too. You can be back to where you're supposed to be, even if it's been a very, very long time since you've had all of your parts with you. So if you feel that you have lost or damaged parts, or if you have anything else that you're struggling with, let me know. You can reach out to me personally. After you try this, after you try the gathering, and I do recommend that you do this in the morning before you get out of bed. You wake up, do the gathering, say, parts return to me, and let them return to you. And that's a good way to start your day all together. So after you try this, let me know how you feel in the comments below. I can't wait to hear from you. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye-bye.